Coming up on Benidorm ER. Patients in pain.
You've ended up with my leg off. And you're laughing.
Hell's Angels of Spain.
They do stop you if you're speeding on the road. I've been stopped twice. 35 on the wrong side of the road.
And a severe ankle sprain.
It'll affect a few things, obviously. In the bedroom, clearly.
Benidorm, a slice of sun-kissed heaven. Jenga-inspired concrete coastline which plays host to a true cocktail of culture. A place where Spanglish is the accepted lingo, and a place where you're just as likely to find a fish and chip shop as a tapas bar. A place which attracts over 10 million sun-seekers every year, most of them booze-soaked Brits. Sandwiched between those holidaymakers are 70,000 residents who call the place home.
Wie geht's?
One such local is German expat Patrick Welter.
Tschüss. We're finished here.
He's a doctor in the emergency department of the Clinica Benidorm, a hospital situated in the middle of town where over 3,000 Brits come to be treated every year.
The emergency room here in Clinica Benidorm, we have a very busy job. All form of people, children, babies, older person. Mainly you see twisted legs, small lesions with bleedings, you see heart attacks. So there we have to know about all forms of treatments, if we have to treat with medication.
One patient who needs Dr. Welter's expert opinion is 78-year-old Scot John Falconer. John is visiting Benidorm for the very first time with his wife, but their holiday has had a very slippery start.
Mr. Falconer is here on vacations. He has fallen in the swimming pool. He banged his head.
Coming out for a swimming pool. Tail's wet.
John is brought to the hospital by his son's partner, Alison. She explains exactly why he hurt his head. It's all to do with a long-standing Scottish tradition.
His hands were in his pockets at the time, so of course he couldn't get his hands out in time to stop himself, so he went head first straight down, and he's got rather a nice gash on his head.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
He's well and truly gone. He's going to have a nice shiner in the morning.
You okay?
Yes, I.
Good.
I'm hoping that they're not going to admit him, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
John is just one of over 3,000 Brits who are treated at the hospital every year. Included in that number is Cecil Donnelly, who, like John, has also had an altercation with gravity.
I slipped. My leg just went, the ankle just went over. I ended up just lying on the pavement. Very painful and sick, feeling sick. I'm just hoping they'll give me something before they start working with it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, do we have pain now?
Yeah.
Cecil is here with 3 mates on their annual week away from their other halves.
I arrived last night and I haven't got much of a start.
He's not getting much sympathy either, especially from friend Alex.
Well, you have to see the funny side of it, don't you?
Second day in the holiday. It's in a wheelchair.
Oh, hell.
Cecil hopes the doctors can get him back on his feet quickly, but he's in for a big disappointment.
Ooh. See where you're at? That bone seems to have shot out. Ooh.
An initial inspection causes Cecil a great deal of pain, so the doctors decide to x-ray his ankle. But Alex is still laughing.
It's a bucket of laughs the whole holiday. This is put the crown on it.
Oh, dear. I could end up with my leg off.
You could end up with his leg off.
And you're laughing. I could be right here. Let me take the wrong leg off. What about the disco tonight? I'll have to give him a ticket up. Do disco in the night. Dear.
Cecil heads down to X-ray to find out exactly what the damage is. Leaving Alex to update their friends Hugh and Herb, who were making mischief in their own right.
They're having a queer laugh, but they're in pricing scooters for him. I'm going to break the good news to them.
However, things turn serious when Cecil gets the results of the X-ray.
Okay, mister. Your bones, this is a peroné. Your peroné is broken, okay? So that, look at that.
Peroné is the Spanish word for fibula. However, the broken bone isn't the only problem.
Okay, this is broken. And the other bones, the tibia, is dislocation, okay, for that.
Yeah.
It's devastating news, with the X-ray showing a break in the fibula and dislocation of his tibia. Cecil can forget all about any disco dancing.
This is surgery, okay?
Right.
This kind of broken is surgery, okay?
Yeah.
For this moment, the doctor say me, you rest in hospital because maybe tomorrow think surgery for you.
As surgery is pending, the doctor needs to immobilise and strap up Cecil's foot. Clearly a painful process.
Sí. Ya, sí, ya lo ponemos. Sí, lo ponemos. Sí, ya mañana lo vamos a operar. Okay, relax is only that, okay? Tomorrow the surgery, this is only for this moment.
Yeah.
Si me aguantas ahí un momentico, ¿vale? Voy a
Coming up, as Cecil is prepped for his surgery, doctors are shocked by a gruesome discovery. We meet a pair of old-age party girls.
Well, you ain't going to go faster than me.
No, this is tortoise mould, this.
And one patient receives a dire warning.
If the treatment is not successful, we have sometimes an amputation. Before of this, we try to do everything to save a leg, but sometimes it's not enough.
These days, Benidorm enjoys a much improved reputation amongst the great British public. The outdated view of it being a resort populated by lagerlouts is no more, with many seeing it as the ideal destination for young families. With its abundant attractions, fun nightlife and impressive hotels, it's no surprise that holidaymakers flock here in their millions. But for one family, their break has been interrupted by a very poorly baby. Bianca Johansson has brought her 8-month-old son, Edward, to Clinica Benidorm after he started to show signs of being unwell.
Well, he got a temperature night before last, and it wasn't that high, but he's been just unwell, and his tongue started to go white, and he just wasn't been like this really, and crying and not being comfortable at all really. Fever, yeah.
Yeah, high temperature?
Between 39 and 40, and he's had it for 2 days.
After the inevitable cooing,
Pero qué guapísimo que es.
the doctors get on with a rather tickly examination.
No.
And soon confirm the cause of baby Edward's discomfort.
Tonsillitis. Sure. He's got to go to the hospital, to the other hospital. He needs to be seen by the specialist, the pediatric.
Okay.
Okay, pediatrics. And he's got infection here.
All right.
Okay, that's why he needs some antibiotics.
Okay.
Okay, that's why he's gonna be seen by the specialist.
All right, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's so little and he can't really say what's wrong, and we can't explain to him that he'll be all right. You do feel quite helpless, and you know, especially abroad when there's different types of paracetamol and everything's a bit different. Yes.
Illness diagnosed. Bianca heads off to take young Edward to a specialist who will treat his tonsillitis before enjoying the rest of their break. Another patient who's had his family holiday hindered is John Falconer, who was rushed to the hospital clinic at Benidorm after a poolside fall. John's injury is a common one, but emergency room doctor Patrick Velter is taking every precaution due to the fact it's a head wound.
He has fallen, but in my control he hasn't had any neurologic deficiency, and for this we don't need a scan. It's a very frequent lesion we see, especially in the summertime.
We finished.
Pardon?
We have finished, yeah.
Oh, good.
4 stitches. No, it's not too bad.
Emergencies like this is really, really helpful when you're in a country that sort of can deal with that, you know. And I've got to say that the ambulance men and everybody here have been fantastic so far. So they've been really good.
The sleeve scar?
Very nice scarf.
Very nice scar.
Very nice. And then we are going to give you the injection.
For tetanus?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, aye.
How long will you stay here?
Till next Tuesday.
Okay. In 48 hours, I want to see you again here, that you will control it.
Yeah.
It has to be between 8 and 10 in the morning.
8 and 10, yeah.
And until there, you keep it closed and no water in the moment.
No.
No water.
No water.
No water.
Okay.
Not to the swimming.
Nothing to drink.
What? Nothing to drink, nothing to swim.
Not to swim. Oh no.
That there you don't get contact with water.
Right.
There.
But I can drink.
Yeah?
Yes. No.
You can drink
water.
Water without a problem.
That's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have much...
Getting things lost in translation isn't usually a problem for Dr. Velter, as he's a rather cunning linguist.
¿Quiere que le quitamos solamente el vendaje? Do you have allergies, allergic to medication? Dutch I don't speak very. I understand all in Dutch. I speak English, German and Spain. And Dutch I understand, Italian I understand. That's it. Que le has cambiado de ritmonom a sotapor. Das ist alles auf dem richtigen Weg.
His silver tongue also helped him find a young wife in the form of hospital colleague Yolanda.
Coffee for me and for my wife.
I met Patrick in Spain, yeah, in Granada. He came to us in Granada to learn Spanish.
He's the best man up there.
The first time he told me he loved me, in that moment I don't speak German and he don't speak Spanish. We communicate the first time we meet us on English, yeah?
For Patrick and Yolanda, their relationship sums up the family feel of the Clinica Benidorm.
It's very good to work with her together. We can have coffee together, we go to lunch together. We know all the same people also. No, it's very good.
You know where it is, yeah?
parents and child were together. We have many people this year, they are married, they were here together.
Those close-knit sentiments are echoed by Maureen Santana,
Clínica Benidorm, buenos días.
a British expat who has worked as the hospital's receptionist for over 22 years.
I think from being here so long, I've seen so many people come and go, but there are still some here that started when I started. And I get on with everybody anyway. We're like one big family.
One man who is paying that family an unexpected visit is Cecil Donnelly, who needs surgery on a dislocated and broken ankle. After an anxious night, he gets word about his operation.
Cecil Donnelly.
Yes.
Okay, you have fracture in your ankle yesterday. Okay, let me see, please. Okay. We are going to operate in your ankle today.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Okay.
Ah, that's brilliant.
Mr. Donnelly, can you still move your toes? Just very good. All right.
Cecil's hoping that the surgery will end his agony. But when they remove his strapping, it's immediately clear that there's a big problem. Overnight, the ankle is severely swollen and blisters have formed, a major concern for the surgeons.
It's not wise to do the surgery right away because it's way too swollen.
Yeah.
And with the blisters and stuff, you get risk of having wound infections, and you know, because of the blisters, it'll take, I think, about a week before the swelling goes down, and it'll be possible to do the operation. But it's not wise to do it like this, and the risks are way too high.
Right, if you're having your dinner, look away now. Once the blisters have been drained, the doctors still need to tackle Cecil's dislocated ankle.
Well, right now the bones are dislocated. That means that you have a fracture and it's dislocated. The bones are like this. And when we reduce it, we put them back into place. The only thing is that you cannot hold it together with just a cast. So that's why surgery is needed, to put on some plates and screws. But right now, the best thing we can do is to reduce it and try to hold it as good as possible within the cast.
Ankle back in place, a downhearted Cecil is taken back up to the room he's sharing with fellow Brit Tommy O'Shea. Before too long, friends Alex, Herb and Hugh arrive to cheer him up. However, things have now become even more complicated. Because Cecil can't get the operation for at least a week, his insurance company have to decide whether to fly him home or have him stay in Benidorm for the surgery. And as the seriousness of his situation sinks in, Cecil soon realises he's not going to need much sun cream.
Think more about it when you're on a holiday, like, which could be outside and the weather, different things.
Someone else who has suffered holiday heartache is charming Brit Kathleen Walker. Ironically, she's come to Benidorm to recover from a recent bout of breast surgery following treatment for cancer.
I had breast cancer in 1992, and the reconstruction was an implant of silicone, and it was nearly 20 years old, and it was behaving peculiarly. So they said, really, you know, we can take it out and we'll reconstruct it with some of your own flesh. So they take a bit of your back and put it at the front. So you're now looking at me back to front. So this was my treat, to have a rest and recuperation, and then I throw myself on the floor. Right, okay.
Another victim of a slippery poolside. Kathleen fell, hurting her arm and wrist.
This way. Ooh. Oh. I nearly had another accident then. Oh, crikey. I can feel myself getting anxious now.
But if there's one man to calm the nerves of a worried patient, it's the smooth-talking Dr. Velter.
Hello, miss.
Good morning.
What has happened? Tell me.
I tripped.
What's with your wrist?
Oh, it's sore.
Wrist
That's
is
what it
pain.
is.
Okay. Elbow?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Kathleen had certainly been put at ease by the debonair doctor.
If you have to meet somebody under those circumstances, he's just about as nice a chap you'd like to meet.
After an examination, Patrick decides to send Kathleen for an X-ray.
Must be here. Back again. Oh, I'm just hoping there's no fractures. I don't want a plaster on.
And
Ouch.
sorry.
It's all right. Where do I go? This. Oh.
Unfortunately, her hopes of remaining plaster-free are soon dashed.
The shoulder is good, but you need a plaster because in the radius, that's the bone where you have the most pain, there you have a small fissure, not broken completely. I will show it to you.
Okie dokie.
The fissure is a depression in the bone, and Kathleen is given an open cast to allow for swelling until she can have a full cast fitted on her return home. And she's clearly impressed with the doctor's bedside manner.
See, I told you he was a nice chap.
The nurses are busy, so I will put it on.
It's like a harness.
What?
I look like I've got a harness.
What's a harness?
What you put on a horse to make it go.
Ah, okay. No.
And after Kathleen's given a sling to support her arm...
If
that helps for your shoulder and it's good for your arm.
That's
Okay.
very nice.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She gets the all clear to leave.
Try to remember. Elevate, pillow, whatever. Okie dokie. I'm glad I came. I didn't really think I needed to, but obviously I did. I can't find my way out now.
Coming up, one holidaymaker is worried about losing a limb. At home with Patrick and Yolanda as Dr. Velter turns Dr. Dolittle. And we'll meet Benidorm's very own Golden Girls. Benidorm, where late nights melt into early mornings for hardy revellers.
Very early in the morning.
But for Patrick Velter, doctor at the clinic of Benidorm, it's the start of his busy daily routine.
Now from here I bring the children to school. First, like you see here, preparing all. And then I will go to a consultation, to a private consultation for 2 hours, where the most are German patients. And then at 11 o'clock I start in the emergency room.
Oh, no. That is my routine, yeah? Breakfast cats, breakfast dogs, breakfast children, cafe and go.
Yolanda starts earlier. I start in the consultation at 9 o'clock. She starts at 8 o'clock. The children starts at 8 o'clock. So every morning to school. Then I go to the consultation.
We have to go.
It's quite busy every day, but in the most of the time, in the weekends, I have free. That's the good time for the family is important. For me, the most important, the family, not the profession. And for this, you have to have the time for it. Every morning, that's the normal day. Starting like this, every time, with the children, hurry, hurry.
After a busy morning, Dr. Velter eventually arrives at the hospital, where one patient has spent the night a worried man.
Hola.
Hola, buenas.
John Griffin was enjoying a holiday with his wife and friends when he started to get problems in his left leg.
On the Tuesday, I got terrific pains in me calf. My calf was aching all day. And then Wednesday morning, then I couldn't move my foot. I couldn't move with the pain, I couldn't walk. I've never felt pain like it. You know, it's really bad.
John, I think it's he has a chronic problem with his arteries, and he has a thrombosis in the small arteries on the leg, in a place where it's very difficult to do a surgery to remove this clot.
The thrombosis is a small clot which is obstructing the flow of blood in John's arteries.
My foot it swelled up, and it went an awful waxy grey colour, you know, and that's really what frightened everybody to get me here to hospital, you know, in case there was something wrong, which there turned out to be. They said he had to go through a scanner, and within 6 hours of being here, I was in bed with my drips.
Well, we made an angio scan to see if the blood flow was okay in the aorta and in the legs. Here we are in the knee, and we still have blood flow in the arteries. So that means that the problem is very low in the small arteries.
It is possible that the thrombosis could have been caused by the flight out and the cramped conditions on the plane. Little did he realise what horrific consequences could possibly ensue.
If the treatment is not successful, it could have sometimes an amputation. Before of this, we try to do everything to save a leg, but sometimes it's not enough.
As doctors continue to fight to save John's foot, he realises that things could have been even worse had he caught his scheduled flight home.
I probably would have got on the plane tomorrow, and who knows what would have happened then. The clots could have moved, and you know, it could have been tragic.
Someone else who went out on a limb is Leanne White of Middlesbrough. She's picked up an injury which, quite frankly, is a load of old bull.
We flew out yesterday, and on the first night out, went on a buckaroo and fell off. And basically
after a few too many drinks.
Sprained my ankle, I think it is, or foot. Not sure. Is it the foot or the...
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Foot.
Well, it's not a good start the old day, to be fair, but we've just got to make the most of it. It'll affect a few things, obviously. In the bedroom, clearly. I don't know what we're going to do about that. I'll think of something, though.
I can't go swim, I can't go in the pool or in the sea now. I just have to put one foot in the pool. That's it, and then we're just going to sunbathe, eat and drink.
A few cold beers round the pool. Sounds good to me.
But with Leanne clearly struggling on her crutches.
Alexa needs a taxi.
Taxi time.
Oh.
Boyfriend Alex arranges a surprise back at the hotel.
Alex, how'd you go forward?
The other one, the other lever.
No, it's still gone back.
No, the other side.
And after Leanne finally grasps the concept of moving forward, she's very happy with her new set of wheels.
Do you have to steer it with your hand? Yeah. It's brilliant. Love it. It's very speedy, as you can see. And it's called the Madmobile. No, I just look like I belong in Benidorm.
I think she fits in quite well.
She certainly does. After all, this is a town known for its sun, sea, sand and scooters. Take a stroll down any busy promenade and the chances are you'll see a mean mobility machine whizzing past. And for many, these scooters are a blessing. Just like best friends Barbara Ray and Nora Munn, the girls behaving badly of Benidorm.
I have to have this to do all my shopping and whatever I want to do. If I want to go out drinking, I go on this.
And she gets drunk.
Only occasionally.
I have no legs. I'm on the scooter because I have 2 artificial legs.
To have this is a godsend, because with this I can walk, I can go anywhere I like around Benidorm.
But you've got to make sure you get a model with the latest modifications.
Barbara's got a bigger basket than I have.
The turtle.
That controls your speed. How fast you want it. You've got your hair as it shows you if fast, tortoise for slow.
And here you've got the lights then.
And don't forget that all-important brake horsepower under the shopping basket.
I would say the top speed will be about 7 miles an hour.
Well, I think they're both equal, but it depends on what speed you
Mine's better than yours.
It would be.
20 to 25 miles an hour. But you can't do that around here with a crowd just here. So you've got to cut it right down as a walking pace.
Barbara's been stopped twice.
I've been stopped twice on the wrong side of the road.
And like any flash set of wheels, they're a magnet for the ladies.
It's 40 euros for a week.
Darling! Hello!
How are you?
How are you?
All right, thank you.
How's your scooter going?
Excellent.
Get a double.
Never seen it in my life.
That's me hazard, that's me lights, and that's my power button.
Are we going to have a Chinese or down home from home tonight? We needn't stay out late. We can just go and we don't have to get drunk tonight, do we?
No.
Not really. Just go out and have a bit of fun. We might pick up a fella.
You never know.
Never know.
Hey, I'm in front. Hey!
As Barbara and Nora know only too well, Benidorm is a town which, at night, becomes a playground for adults. Over 1 million Brits visit every year and many look forward to getting legless. But for one holidaymaker, actually losing a limb could become a tragic reality. John Griffin fears the amputation of his left foot due to a blood clot which has developed in his arteries. After several days of treatment, Dr. Bercial returns to see if his foot can be saved.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, doctor.
How do you feel?
I'm not too bad, I'm not too bad.
Do you feel that it's a bit better than yesterday?
Yeah, it is better. It doesn't look as swelled to me or that's stronger than yesterday.
Yeah, it's better.
The doctor uses a Doppler to see if blood is circulating around John's foot as it should be. For John, it's an anxious moment.
And this is normal, like in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, you are recovering step by step, slowly.
Yeah, smashing. That's great, okay. Thank you.
I come tomorrow.
You come tomorrow. That's great. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
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 John can breathe a huge sigh of relief. His foot is on the mend.
My foot's not 100%, but it's almost because at the time when I come in, he didn't know whether I'd be losing my foot or not. It's still swelled, it's red, but there's blood getting to all the toes and everywhere where he should be going.
John's joy is tempered by the probability that his injury will mean no more trips to his beloved Benidorm.
After what's happened with this thrombosis, we won't be flying anymore, and I think this is the last holiday we'll have abroad now. And that's a big disappointment because you can't buy the sun, can you? You can only rent it for a week.
Coming up, Dr. Velter has some wise words for English holidaymakers.
They don't know how dangerous is the sun.
And he treats a patient in grave danger.
It's nature's way of saying, enough's enough.
Benidorm, with its summer sands scorched for up to 12 hours every day, it's no surprise it's a big draw for us sunshine-starved Brits. But there are many patients who have ended up at accident and emergency due to a Benidorm burn.
If here we have a little bit sun, but it's cold, the English people, shorts, T-shirts, and 2 or 3 days later, maybe we have it here in the emergency room. The same also in the summer. They don't know how dangerous is the sun. The English patient, I see him, it isn't a complicated patient or a patient who will make problems.
One such patient with a stiff upper lip is 54-year-old gravedigger Nicholas Meakin. Nicholas has come to the emergency room in agony with an extremely painful shoulder.
Hello there.
Dr. Velter?
Yeah, pleased to see you.
But before any examination, and in typical German style, Dr. Velter first gets his towel down on the bed.
Which shoulder is the painful shoulder?
This.
And has happened something special? Sit down, please.
I've had it for 3 days. When I got up this morning, I had to ask the wife to help dress myself. I couldn't use this arm at all. It's getting worse. As a last resort, I've come in.
At night when you're laying, it's worse, huh?
Yeah, it's hurting now when I put my head back. Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Velter digs deeper to find out what's causing the pain.
Sit a moment up, please. I will help you.
Bloody hell.
There, it's all contracturated.
Yeah.
We will plan to make an X-ray from the neck, but also of the shoulder. And later we will explain with the results what treatment we will give.
Gravedigger Nicholas is dead worried about this injury and how it might affect his job.
Well, I've had a lot of sickness just recently. Work. Been off with depression for quite a bit. And then arthritis in both feet. Looking like my days might be numbered.
After examining the X-rays, Dr. Velter has to break some bad news to Nicholas.
You have arthrosis also.
Right.
Arthrosis is a chronic change of the bone.
Yeah.
And the typical pain of the arthrosis is when you have rested a long time and you want to start to move, then it's the most painful. The sling, we will move it a little bit up.
Arthrosis is better known over here as osteoarthritis, a painful condition that affects the cartilage and tissues around the joints.
Yeah.
And we see also here, see a white spot.
Yes.
That can be a calcification of a tendon of your shoulder. That can make problems also.
Yeah.
You have also arthrosis in your neck that you see, especially in the side projection.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You see here a spike, there a spike. These are signs of arthrosis. Yeah.
Are you saying, doctor, that because I've got osteoarthrosis in both my feet?
Yeah. You will have in more parts of your body arthrosis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will write it in my medical report.
Medical report, yeah.
Okay. So just a moment.
Thank you.
Where is their pain? Here?
No.
Nicholas is mortified. This was the last thing he wanted to hear.
Well, it's not very good, what the doctor said.
Well, could be worse.
Again, thoughts turn to his work.
Somewhat disappointed in a way, because I like my job. I think it's nature's way of saying, isn't it, after 38 years of working, enough's enough.
Nicholas, clearly departing under a cloud, leaves to enjoy what's left of his holiday. But Dr. Velter stresses that his problem can be treated.
If there is a calcification in the tendon, that can be cured with an operation, and most of the times the best is later to give exercise, because it's a chronic problem. And with exercise you can learn to treat it, you can learn that the muscles get strong on this area, and that helps.
But Nicholas has a grim view on things.
Well, it means I'm knackered, really.
But will it be happier news, though, for two patients who have had to swap their sunbeds for hospital beds? Cecil Donnelly suffered a dislocated and broken ankle just a few hours after arriving in Benidorm. 5 days on, he's finally due to head home to get the operation he drastically needs before his bones start to set.
I'm still painful now. Legs is very painful. And I would prefer to stay here to get this operation. But fortunately, insurance, they seem to think of it better at home. Getting the operation done there. Rock Hudson.
After an emotional, if awkward, goodbye to his roommate Tommy.
All the best, Tom.
All the best, Tom.
And you too. I didn't get really said farewells much there, but I'll give you a ring on Friday, see how you get on.
And I'll ring you, I promise you.
And I'll see how I get on.
Be careful.
Cecil is taken by ambulance to begin his long journey home. Also feeling the Benidorm sun on his skin for the first time in a week is John Griffin, whose foot has healed sufficiently to allow him to fly home. And after another busy day at the hospital, it's almost home time for receptionist Maureen.
I like to leave it tidy before I go home. So I take my papers and leave a clean page. Oh, my mobile's going. Can you cut me off now?
But for Dr. Velter, home is still some time away as the conveyor belt of emergency patients continue.
I'm working today also at night. That means starting at 10 o'clock in the night until 9 o'clock in the morning. But weekend free, and that's the important thing.
Next time on Benidorm ER, a brain scan brings devastating news.
I thought I was going to be strong. I'm not.
A sobbing son makes for a distraught dad. And the Clinic of Benidorm's very own Freddie Mercury tribute act.
I want to break free.
Kate Thornton may be 25 years on from her secret past, but she makes a stand tonight to help others if she can and to confront anorexia head-on. That's brand new at 10. Next, though, it's time for a live eviction in Celebrity Big Brother.